with the summer tests now out the way and the teams back in training and getting ready for pre-season, I thought I would look at each of the regions, pick one of their signings and pick my favourite one basically. So first of all, start with the Ospreys. They brought in a player from the Queensland Reds, that's Ryan Smith from Australia, represented Australia A as well, not a full cap, but he's captained the Reds, he's got a good pedigree, he's coming in as a lock, so he's going to replace that, the likes of Adam Beard, who are leaving the club, which is obviously big shoes to fill. Similar skills to Beard, but he's got a bit more of a running carrying game, which I think will be useful. Maybe not as excellent in the line-out as Beard is, but he's got that carrying ability which will help take pressure off other players, and he's got some leadership qualities. He's 28, so he's got plenty of experience as well. Basically played every game for the Reds last season as well, so you know there's good skills there, good pedigree, and he's got a bit of explosive carrying, so that's going to be exciting to see at the Ospreys. And then at the Dragons, I kind of cheated here a little bit, but I've gone for the same position but two players. So Tinas to be, I thought, was a really good signing from, very shrewd, but the player I'm actually going to go for, or players, is Dillon Lewis and Wyn Jones. The scrum has been such an issue for the Dragons for a few years now, and they've really just generally struggled to get any launch plays, and they're always going backwards. So bringing in two really experienced players is a really smart move by the coaches. You know, Dillon Lewis over 50 caps, Wyn Jones, British Lion, maybe not in their prime, coming sort of down off their peaks, but lots of experience, probably going to be there for all of the season as well, not going on the international duties. Maybe you might see Dillon Lewis go, but Wyn Jones is going to be there. He's going to be great to pass on knowledge to younger players. You know, Chris Coleman just got his first cap, so I think that's a really good position. That was such a problem position, and I think they've addressed it pretty well, to be fair, given the budget constraints and stuff like that. Then the Scarlets, not too many players in and out from the Scarlets. Jigball was one that caught my eye, but I'm worried he may just be a little bit over the hill, given the fact that he's 34 and he's been playing out in Japan, and then he retired, so he's just coming off the sofa last season basically. Hopefully he can capture some of the form, that can be great. But the player I'm really excited to see back in Wales is, of course, Joe Hawkins. Burst onto the scene with the Ospreys and then straight into Wales. Unfortunately, has been sort of exiled over in Exeter, and it didn't really go well for him there. We thought we'd really see him kick on, given the development that they have over there and the well-run club. But Exeter have had their own issues, and Hawkins has really struggled to get a lot of consistent game time at all, not performed too well there. So getting him back in Wales, he's going to be available for Wales international selection. And what's really interesting, of course we know him mainly as a centre, but what he looks like he's going to be doing is possibly playing outside half, because Ioan Lloyd has moved on. He's going to be, Sam Costello's possibly going to be with Wales most of the time when there's internationals. So I think Joe Hawkins is going to be backing up Sam Costello at outside half, probably playing the centre as well. But the centres are stacked for the Scarlets, so it's an odd signing given the fact that they need him at 10, so it'll be exciting to see if he does get a game at 10 or a run at 10 and see how he goes, because obviously it's been a little bit of an issue for Wales, so we'll see. And then rounding it off is Cardiff. Not too many players in and out. A couple of young boys, Ioan Emmanuel coming from Bath for a season-long loan from the under-20s. Looking forward to seeing him maybe get a few games. But the player I've gone for is Ioan Lloyd. Got that exciting, that versatility. We're going to see him play a lot of games. Where he's going to play is not too sure. Possibly going to be competing at outside half with Callum Sheedy. I mean, Sheedy had a really good end to the season, and his play at outside half was really good at times, but the goal kicking was a real issue for him, and Ioan Lloyd was, of course, top point scorer in the URC last season, so that is going to be a position where they're going to hopefully just use him as a goal kicker as well. He can play all across the back line. I think we might see him a bit at fullback, given Cameron had played so many minutes, the most minutes in the whole of URC. So we might see Ioan Lloyd share minutes at fullback and share minutes at outside half. But I'm excited to see what he can offer to Cardiff. But yeah, there's a couple. If there's anyone you think, let me know in the comments. Check out dragonsports.co.uk and I will catch you on the next one.